Glad that you're still here with us on the Morning Express, and for now we'd like to move on and change gears, and like they would say in Uganda, changing gears and moving on to person of interest. And our person of interest this morning is none other than, well, popularly known as Baba Yao, Ferdinand Waititu. Sophia, over to you.
Thank you, Michael. You have indeed said it. Ferdinand Waititu, former Embakasi Member of Parliament, and now a candidate for the Kabete constituency by-election, which is slated for the 4th of March. He is back. He's been out of the public limelight for a while, although he's still been following some of what he's been doing. So a little bit late, but he tells me it's traffic, but better late than never. Karibu sana. It's good to see you. It's been a while.
Yes.
Yeah?
And, since I lost the governorship, you know, I disappeared.
You went underwater?
I went underground.
Underground.
But at least I've been doing my own things.
What have you been up to?
I've been doing my own business and such like, and I'm also doing my MBA.
Okay. In what?
In HR, human resource.
Human resource.
Yes.
Wow. Where is that?
Okay, Kenya Methodist.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll get to talk more about what you've been up to since the 2013 elections. But many people get to see you in the public light, sometimes in some very interesting situations, and we'll see some of those pictures as we go along. But take us back to your childhood. Where were you born? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Kibera. Just
really?
Yes. And I went to the Great High School, which is just around here. I went to Kenya Poly for my A-levels. Then I went to India, Punjab University. I did BCom. Then when I came back, I was employed as an accountant at the Treasury.
Yeah.
Where I worked for about 6 years. Then I left. I started my own business, transport business, and I progressed very nicely. Then 2002, I contested for one councillorship in Jiru, neighboring Dandora.
Yes. And
I was elected on a Kano ticket.
Right.
And you remember that time Uhuru was also contesting for presidency.
Yeah.
So I was on his side, the Kano ticket. And actually I was the only one elected in Nairobi. The other ones were NAC.
Yeah.
And then I went ahead and I became the deputy of Nairobi. The deputy mayor. The deputy mayor of Nairobi.
Yes.
Then 2007, I contested for the MP of Embakasi, and I was elected. Then I went on to become an assistant minister.
Yeah.
Then last time I contested for governor of Nairobi.
It didn't work out.
It didn't work, but I almost got it.
But you almost got it. But almost is not quite there.
Yeah.
But let's go back to school. Did you know all along you would get into politics? What is it, when kids are asking?
No, actually I did know.
Yeah.
Because actually when I was contesting for councillorship, I was contesting so that I can improve the area that I was also having my business in Jiru. So when I contested, actually, primarily I wanted to improve that area.
So the young Waititu, what did he want to become, the young Waititu?
No, the young Waititu wanted to be I wanted to be a businessman.
Okay.
I wanted to be a businessman.
So you were never in student politics, none of that?
No, but I was just in leadership. Yes, I was in student leadership.
Student leadership?
Yeah, when I was in India.
Did you ever lead strikes anywhere?
No,
Were you ever involved front line?
No. I'm not an insider in any way.
Others would say you'll be the first one on the front line.
No.
Any issues to be fought for?
No, actually, I've never been involved in a strike.
Okay.
Or in any leadership of any protest or something, no.
Were you involved in sports? What is it you do in school? What activities were you involved in?
No, I was doing boxing.
Boxing?
Yes,
so I see where you get the...
That was my game.
Okay.
Yes.
So I know they have different levels in boxing. I'm not very familiar with the sport, but I know very little. So what belt is it?
Yeah, I was doing
what is that? Maybe I'm just mixing them up.
I was doing welterweight.
Welterweight?
Yes.
So did you ever win, or you were struggling?
But not very far, but at least I was somebody visible in Nairobi. In
Nairobi?
Yes.
So that was not just in school, you'd participate?
Yes.
So you were very flexible?
Yes, I was doing it for prisons. Nairobi West Prisons Club, yes.
What is your most fond memories of your childhood? The
Is
one you
that
remember?
that I used to work hard. I believed in working hard.
Yeah?
Yes, yes. I believed in success.
Would you be one of those, because I know for some in school, there's those who wake up very early, say 4 a.m. in high school to make sure they are reading. You know, they're the ones who never appear on the makers list.
I'm somebody one who wakes up very early. Yes, and I've been always waking up very early. I've always been working very, very hard. I've always believed in success.
Yeah. So on those living certificates, usually you have the headmaster or mistress, principal in the school write this comment, say boy was like this or girl was like this. What did they say in your report?
They said that I'm hardworking.
Okay, yes. Just that.
Hardworking.
So you are not a naughty child, because some would imagine young guy Waititu must have been quite, yeah. Not getting into trouble.
In fact, many people get surprised to see me
doing some of these things.
Yes,
they're like,
although some of them actually have very good reasons, because some of the issues are like when I was the MP of Embakasi, when my people are invaded very early in the morning by bulldozers, they want to demolish their houses. I had to go and help them. Yeah. And when I go to help them, I will try as much as possible to stop the demolition.
Try as much as possible, you describe it as that, but to the extent of getting violent?
No. You know, sometimes if violence comes, you also sometimes respond. So it appears you are violent, but at the end of the day, you are trying to defend. You know, because like now, one incident when I was seen throwing stones is people invaded a school. Yeah, what was happening in these pictures, the ones we are seeing on screen? That was a demolition. That was a demolition. So you have the authorities trying to restrain you there? No, you see, they were trying to get me away from my people, and they are demolishing their houses. Are you saying this is the only way to get things done? No. You see, the problem was, when the demolition is going on and my people are crying, I have to go there and be with them. And when I go there to be with them, the police want to get me away from the area. That was the issue, in fact. Yeah. That was the issue. They want to get me away from that place. They want to demolish those houses you can see. Because without a notice. Yeah. In the first place. And they can tell you, when like in that one, we succeeded in that resistance you have seen. We succeeded in stopping the demolition, and those houses are there now. So for you, the end justifies the mean. It doesn't matter how we get there. Yeah, but as long as we get there, no when we succeed, finally, people come to, like now. Let me tell you, it's only that now it looks ugly, but to the people. Are you proud of that, Waititu? When you look at those pictures? But to me, because of if I was able to stop that demolition of about 3,000 houses that belong to poor people, to me that is very important. I don't care. So you'd do it all over again? I don't know. To me, those people, I succeeded in stopping the demolition of 3,000 houses. Okay, and we'll get into leadership and integrity issues and all. But before I move away from your personal life, many have seen you in the public scene and have wondered, is Waititu married, kids? Talk to us about your family life. I'm a family man. As serious one. I have a big family. How long have you been married for? 27 years. 27 years. 27 years. My firstborn daughter is a doctor, graduated the other day in November at Nairobi University. Yeah. My other daughter is finishing law at the Parklands campus. Yeah. In this month. Yeah. So I have a son who is in Strathmore doing law also. Nice. And my other daughter at Loreto, and I have another small one. Yeah? Big family. Big family. Yes. So do you ever... I'm a family man, a serious man. Which is good. We're happy for you. Yes. So when some of these things would happen, like when you go back home and you're still a Embakasi member of parliament, would you ever have those discussions like, hey, Daddy, what was that today? No, but I tell them, they understand. Let me tell you, Wanuna, stopping a demolition of 3,000 houses is very, very important. It does not, that that small issue there of being manhandled does not, it cannot
what about
overshadow.
Throwing punches, throwing
cannot,
stones?
No, that,
do you
in
ever
fact,
feel you embarrass them?
No. In fact, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I explain the reason and they understand. Like now, let
so
me
you'd
tell
sit down with them?
And
tell
them.
Kids.
It's my family.
Yeah.
In fact, like that the one you are saying about throwing stones. It was a school of about 2,500 pupils in Umoja Tumaini Primary.
Right.
People had gone very early in the morning. They cut off 5 acres. They fenced off 5 acres. Then when the teachers called the parents, then they stopped learning. Then they called me from Parliament. When I came at about 3 o'clock, there was a standoff since morning.
Yeah.
People trying to get away those people from the school compound. When I came, and when they were waiting for me, they knew, when they saw me, they said, now Baba yetu amekuja, the mayo.
Where did the name Baba Yao come from?
No, you see, let me tell you. Now I uprooted that fence. Then we went ahead, we cleared the compound. And let me tell you, clearing 200 people in a compound is not a joke. And we did it with the teachers, parents, and even the students. And it was very, very important to clear them from the compound.
So you're proud of your actions, you'd not take anything back?
I don't.
You'd do it all
in
over
fact,
again.
I get surprised when I see somebody like you seeing as if it's an issue. Because
why many people think it's an issue?
Because the most important thing, I thought you could be condemning the grabbing of the school land.
The issue
that is the biggest evil.
Is that it appears
that
to you...
is the big. No, let me tell you.
Yes,
the biggest evil in this case is grabbing school land.
Which is, you made the point on that. But the question here comes, is that the way to go about it? Because one of the huge concerns that has arisen over the past several months is that we're slowly having a culture of violence. And it is when people, your electorate, people from, will see you act in this manner, then see, okay, it's fine to be like that, so that they'll have stones
I would just
as well.
I would just request you to consider. Just the other day at Langata Primary, you saw the way the school land was taken. Then the next day, the minister did not go to court, but came with the bulldozers and demolished the fence.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
But I just want to show you. I just want to show you the gravity of taking school land.
So they're saying there is no other way to resolve issues in this country unless we're doing and going the violence way.
The most important thing first is to get away the grabber from the land. Then the grabber can go to court, but not the school. The school to start fundraising to go to court.
Let me ask you
to get
this.
a grabber out of school.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Is it because you have lost faith in the systems that you feel it is important and necessary for you to take matters into your own hands, even if it means violence?
But I have to tell you that so many people have lost faith in some of our judicial system, because like now, if you go to court, for example, it will drag there. Then the grabber is continuing the construction. Then you lose the land, because the case might take about 10 years.
So what do you see then as a solution? Because that as well, what you're doing does not sort out issues.
No, it should as a solution. You get out the grabber.
It is an immediate solution, but if it propagates and everyone does the same thing, this will be a banana republic if that's how we solve all issues.
What I want to tell you is I would feel that after some times, the grabbers will know that they cannot get away with it. Like the way you saw in Langata Primary, when bulldozers demolished that fence, the grabber lost from there.
But those are one or two of the cases that have made it to the public eye, that have been covered by the media. There are very many others, which again takes me back to the question, don't leaders like yourself aspiring to get back into the National Assembly should be working to ensure that systems work so that everyone does not feel the need to take matters into their own hands, because that eventually does not.
But very sincerely speaking, this is not a one-man show. You cannot stop what is happening in this country alone. You know there is a very serious wave of corruption, and you can see it has invaded Parliament.
Correct.
It is the same case. Land grabbers are highly corrupt. They corrupted the system, and you have no way out unless unless you use crude method to get rid of them. And that is why some of the actions you have seen me being involved with, I'm not ashamed, because the people that were with me, and I'm telling you, especially this one of the Tumaini Primary, I was with the parents, I was with the teachers, the pupils who were there. The Embakasi people understand what we did, and they are happy that we defended that land, so because they know very well that if we didn't do that, the land could have, the school land could have gone.
Before we move away from matters corruption, as you rightfully said, it's a scourge now, and we're even here on KTN running the graft diaries just to paint that picture of how bad we're doing as a country. The other day you have the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga saying Uhuru is incapable of fighting graft. You saw the president soon after getting into office talking about these individuals who are corrupt in the office of the president. Do you, who has been a supporter of the president for a very long time, believe that this government in any form or shape can help clear and sort out this mess? Because even have the church saying, declare this a national disaster.
No, my strongest belief is that the president is very, very sincere, together with the deputy president, in fighting corruption. And we know very well that corruption had been deep-rooted in this country for a long time.
And we are seeing it getting even deeper.
And it's even getting deeper. So what my strongest belief is that we have to change our attitude as Kenyans.
What attitude change?
Attitude change is that people should refuse to bribe.
Okay.
People themselves should say no to corruption. Because I heard the former Prime Minister talking about corruption, and I know very well, just recently, he was the Prime Minister. What did he do with corruption? What did he do as a Prime Minister?
Yeah, but today
what I want to tell you
government in
is
power.
a Jubilee government, but we know very well they're also trying. This is something that
things seem to be getting worse. How are they trying?
This is something that has been deep-rooted in this country, but it needs some attitude change.
Which is a narrative we're hearing a lot from the establishment, saying it's been going on, it's deep-rooted. That I guess everyone appreciates. Yes. The question is, what way forward? How do we move from here?
My strongest belief is that we should change our laws. We should do something in Parliament to change laws to make them more punitive, so that like nobody should get a bail once you are taken to court with corruption. Because like now, what they do, people don't care in Kenya. Because once you are taken to court, you also buy justice in court.
Okay.
So you become free again. It's just like a vicious circle.
Yeah.
So according to me, the most important thing is to change our laws to make them more punitive, so that people can fear corruption.
Yeah.
Like now, if you go to Asian countries, corruption is a serious crime.
When you were at the Ministry of Water, you deputized the then Minister Charity Ngilu. There were serious allegations of misappropriation. You have of 2 billion shillings and inequitable institution of water projects with focus on Ukambani. What do you say to that?
I went there after that. If you may remember, I went as I replaced Kunjuri, and when I went there, in fact, there was already that fight of that corruption.
But what did you do?
No, when I went there, I had nothing much I could do, because corruption.
It was a hopeless situation.
No, corruption had already taken place. Things were already in public domain. There's nothing I could have done. What I would tell you is that corruption is very deep-rooted. We need to change our attitude completely. We need to have new laws to fight corruption. Our anti-corruption authority, EACC, has nothing. They cannot prosecute anybody. It is toothless. We need to...
And it has its own issues as well.
It has its own issues. But also the most important thing here is that there's nothing much they can do. Because they only recommend, but they cannot prosecute.
Let's go back to politics. How did it feel losing 2013? There you were. It was the big three. I remember there were the billboards, yourself, Sonko, Shebesh. You knew you were taking over. They managed to get in. You missed out. How was that like for you personally?
But obviously you lose after. You have to feel bad after losing. But I
and you went to court.
And you remember I went to court.
Yes.
Then I
You were unsuccessful.
I went to High Court. I lost. I went to Court of Appeal. I was able to throw Kidero out.
Then it was reversed.
Then he went to Supreme Court. I was defeated. Then the story ended there.
At that point, did you think your goose was cooked? You're done in terms of politics after you lost to the Supreme Court?
No. I knew I had. I knew I'll definitely have another chance.
Yeah. How did you deal with that? Because it must have been a huge.
I'm one person who doesn't lose hope.
Okay.
I'm one man who doesn't lose hope. I believe in trying another time. I believe that is not my end. Another chance is coming. So I believed another chance will come, and I will be back again.
And there was a move. You were appointed to the AFI board. However, the court found that your integrity had not been. Let me tell you. Vetted.
Exactly. I had not been vetted.
It's not that you were found to lack integrity. I know that.
It's good that you understand.
Yes.
The true position was that I was not the one who was taken to court.
Yes, it's not you. It's the appointing authority.
The appointing authority was taken to court.
Correct.
For appointing me without vetting me.
Process.
Isn't it? And you know, it was not me alone. You remember, so many people actually had not been vetted. Even Mutudo, you remember. Mutudo had to go back to, his name had to be taken to Parliament for vetting. And in fact, in the ruling of that case, the ruling by Justice Mumbi Ngugi. It was that the appointing authority had erred in appointing me without vetting, and that they should go, that the appointment is cancelled, so that they go and do a fresh process of appointing, and that they do vetting.
So how come you have not seen that happen?
Myself to be part of those to be vetted, and if I'm found to be suitable, to be reappointed. So that was the ruling.
So why have you not seen much action since then? Has that process started?
Please, Wanuna, according to me, that was the truth. I had not been vetted, and some were vetted. So I did not find anything.
Then,
what happened
why
is
have
that
you not then been taken through a vetting process?
What happened? The press reported something different. Then the people picked it.
And which we have established now that it was not that you were found unsuitable, it is that it was found no vetting process happened. So since then, how come we've not seen then a process initiated to vet you and perhaps still have you reappointed?
No, you see what happened? Because I was having that court case of Kidero. I thought if I win the case, I'll contest for the governor.
Okay.
So I did not want to go back to the water because I was.
So you told the president, forget about it. You're good.
No. I thought. In fact, that is the time, especially when the Court of Appeal had thrown Kidero out.
Okay.
So I thought.
So you were excited.
I was excited. I thought that I would win the Supreme Court case. Then I go back to election. So I did not want to be appointed because there is that clause that you have to be out for 6 months. So I thought that if I go back to appointment,
and then you win,
then I win on the Supreme Court.
To lock you out.
To lock me out. That is actually the reason.
Okay.
Yes.
So now people look at you going and moving your politics to Kabete as opportunism, that this is an opportunity that has emerged, and you're simply a man who's been out in the cold for a very long time and wants to get back into action, and that is why you're seeking to represent the people of Kabete constituency. Are they right in saying that? No.
What I can sincerely tell you is that it's true I'm not engaged anywhere. It's true that I also have some roots in Kabete.
What roots?
Yeah, I have roots. My great parents have some roots there. And again, you remember sometimes even the former president Kibaki moved from Bahati to Nyeri. So there is nothing strange with me moving from Nairobi to Kabete. There's nothing strange. And actually it's my constitutional right to contest anywhere that I think. So I found that I have a chance of working for my people of Kabete. And since there is nothing wrong with me working for them, and I'm free to do that.
The integrity issues still coming, following behind you, even with this particular...
Integrity is something that people want to create.
You don't want to create, it's a standard. But
what I want to tell you is, what you are seeing now in Parliament, people fighting, people doing what? You can see there are rape cases in Parliament. there's corruption in parliament. Do you want to tell me that those people are better than me?
But two wrongs again.
No.
You keep going back to giving me other examples that match or are worse than yours, but that doesn't make it right anyway. I want to give you an example so that you don't hang on something that is hot air. It is good to give me an example. All I'm saying is this. Yes. Those examples in no way then justify just because other people are bad or worse than you.
But what I'm telling you, and I actually wonder that so many people are very ignorant and they look things differently from me, because I find somebody taking school land is such a big evil that you cannot compare it with anything.
So do anything.
Chasing away that person is the most important thing that somebody can do who is around there.
All right,
and so that is exactly what I did.
What you did. I think we have an up sound. Is it after you won?
And what I just wonder is if people looked at it that badly, then Umoja people could not have given me their votes, even in Embakasi. And you saw me, they gave me all their votes, and they were there because they support somebody who can defend their right, and like I did.
Okay, let's take a listen to what you had to say after you won the nomination for JAP in Kabete constituency. This is what Waititu had to say.
Tukifika 2017 wanipatie nguvu niweza kusimama kiti ya gavana wa Kiambu.
Niko tayari, hata sio yeye mimi simfikirii bana. Hata sijui kwa nini mmamtaja sana. Akuje, kwani iko nini?
Hata sasa hivi ukitembea kila pahali ni baba yao.
Unampenda.
Yes.
Kama huyo ndio baba yao ya kisiasa, mimi nasema ni sawa. Kila mtu ana baba yake kwa kazi fulani. Yeye si baba yangu. Mimi sina baba katika siasa. Kiti ya gavana iko na mwenyewe. Wakati ule ukifika, watu ya Kiambu wataamua.
Mambo hapa inafanywa kiholela, watu wanajipiga kifua usiku na mchana.
Kama hukuweza kufanya kazi ya kwako hata ya nyumbani, hii kazi utaweza jamani? This is not running a kiosk bwana. Running government, kazi ngumu. Mwisho kabisa hakuna mtu atakuuliza ulipiga kaboko kiasi gani ndiye uchaguliwe tena. Itakuwa siku hiyo sio kaboko peke yake atakuwa na uchaguzi. Tutakuwa sote tuko na uchaguzi. Na itakuwa siku hiyo ni kuambia Wanjiko ulifanya nini. Hakuna mtu atasema hapana yule jamani mrarua sana. Nilimrarua mnirudishe nikamrarue tena. Hiyo kazi haifanyiki.
All right, so you made your intention clear. Soon after clinching the nomination, you already have your eye on Kabogo's seat. You plan to unseat him come 2017. He's saying it's not like running a kiosk county business. What do you make of those remarks?
Well, first, I want to correct you.
Yes.
It is not Kabogo's seat. It is the seat that belongs to the Kiambu people.
Okay. Well, he's sitting there now.
Yeah, but it's not his seat.
He'll be the incumbent.
No, but what I want to tell you, and I want to correct you, is that it's not his seat. It is for the Kiambu people to decide.
Correct.
And that is why, if the term expires 2017, there will be nobody in office.
Yes.
People will contest for that office.
Correct.
And what I'm saying is, I'll be one of those people who will be offering themselves for election of the seat of the Kiambu governor.
Why do you want to unseat him?
Not to unseat him. We might not even be two of us. There might be very many people.
But seeing that he's been the incumbent, do you have an issue with his leadership? Do you think he's not been a good leader for Kiambu?
What I want to tell you is that so many people will be contesting.
Correct.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And what is very, very important is that the Kiambu people will decide. In fact, they have seen him. They have seen the way he's conducting himself.
How is he conducting his business?
According to me, he's in a very poor way.
Okay.
How so? If you go to Kiambu right now, just go to Thika town. Potholes everywhere. No work done. Nothing can be shown as if you go to the markets there. It's a big problem. Everywhere in Kiambu, rates, very high rates, rents. And in fact, since I declared my interest in running for the Kiambu governor, he has dropped those rates. He has reduced the rates by half.
Yeah. Just
to show that he was overcharging them.
Okay.
And what I want to tell you is that, and this should be in people's minds, that once you are elected in a particular post, it is not your post, it is for the people.
For the people. So you've given up on Nairobi?
I don't think I will come back to Nairobi.
Why have you given up on Nairobi?
I don't think so. No.
You don't think your style of politics would suffice here?
Not my style of politics. But if I may tell you, last time I lost by my votes together with Jim Nabaru, who was depending on our votes, our Jubilee votes. We lost to Kidero by 22,000 votes. And the president lost to the Prime Minister Raila Odinga by 21,000 votes. So from my Jubilee side, we have a shortfall. So even if I wait to be given the job ticket, I know very well that I might even lose again because our votes.
So you don't think Jubilee in 2017 will win the Nairobi government seat?
No, unless there's another mix-up of communities.
So you're saying if Kidero runs 2017, no matter who the job candidate is,
and gets all the votes for CORD, and somebody in Jubilee gets the Jubilee vote as they are now, the Jubilee can lose.
So you're saying CORD is in charge of Nairobi?
No, I'm telling you that I'm telling you what happened.
What happened?
Those are figures. Nobody can dispute figures.
What do you think of Kidero's leadership so far in this
Kidero,
country?
he's trying. I can see him, he's just trying. But I know I could have done better, but he's trying.
What better would you have done?
My approach could have been different.
In what exactly?
I could have started with the small things that matter to everybody. Although
like what? Give me an example.
I just don't want to criticize. I know I could have first taken care of markets so that everybody is employed, security, lighting, making sure that the town is clean, making sure that we have dispensaries operating throughout, even at night in some areas.
So you don't want to criticize Kidero, but you're very willing to go after...
No, not to criticize, because I don't want to appear that because I lost to him, I'm fighting him. That one, no.
Okay.
But I'm just saying what my approach could have been was going to be different from what he's doing.
Is there any truth to the allegation that you are being used as a proxy by Jubilee to fight and to check Governor Kabogo, whom it is alleged in some circles the government is unhappy with? So you've just been handpicked.
No. Who says that? This is Waititu and his politics and his future, and nobody has any hand in what I'm doing. Yes, nobody has any hand in what I'm doing.
What do you make of Chapter 6, the threshold of leadership?
Chapter 6 is very, very clear that unless you are jailed for 6 months and you have exhausted all your channels of appeal, that is the only way you can be refused from contesting. That is very, very clear, because integrity is subjective. So many people look at things differently. So many people value things in a different way. Because like now, I wonder to see that so many people do not care about corruption. They do not care about rat grabbing. While some very poor people will only succeed in their life because of benefiting from those grabbed land. And that is I'm one of them who benefited from running through public schools. So when I see a public school that is grabbed, I know so many poor students will never succeed in their life because of that grabbing. So to me that is a very big evil. Land grabbing, corruption, to me is a big evil, because the less fortunate are supposed to benefit from that has been grabbed. So to me, when I see people taking that, for example, Ababu Namwamba is very well dressed. He looks like a very good person. He's an advocate, but you can see he's corrupt. What do you mean?
You cannot say that without proof and evidence.
No, but what I'm telling you, there are serious allegations.
Those are allegations,
but what I'm telling you, there are serious allegations about corruption. With somebody like that, who looks very, very smart.
Before that has been proven. You're the first person who just said now.
No, but I'm saying there are serious allegations about corruption. And you can see the way he's smart, very well dressed, very walking as if he's a very good person. So pretenders.
And no one has said otherwise. It has not been proven anywhere otherwise. We shall not allow you to use our platform to
but what I want to tell you,
kind of accusations without substance.
It is well said that pretenders are worse than murderers.
This is what Many are looking at this as a man who's been seen not shy away from controversy. If it means a little bit of violence here and there, brushes with the law. Are we expecting a difference if you get back to the National Assembly?
Yeah. Obviously, like now the situation in Kabete is different.
How so?
Because what I need to do in Kabete right now is to development only. It is.
What are the issues there?
Do
you understand what the people there want?
There's a lot of. There are so many roads that need to be tarmacked. There's no piped water. We have a big problem of schools, upgrading of schools. We also have a lot of illicit brews that I need to fight in Kabete. I also need to bring the youth together in groups so that I can register for them companies and start giving them jobs from the CDF and KERA. I also need to give them funds from Weso Fund. The women, I need to also bring them into groups and give them government money so that they can start doing their small businesses. And I also need to do a lot of lighting. Most centers there, even like Wangigi, which is the main shopping center, has no street lights. And I also need to develop that market, Wangigi market. It was earmarked to be 4 stories. I'll make sure that it is constructed to 4 stories, so that the people out there, you see the market is haphazard. I want them to be in an organized market where we have parking, well painted, and having the lights so that people can even do their business at night. So what I have actually, I think
a master plan.
A master plan, and I believe very strongly that after those 2 years, Kabete people will have no problem with me.
There will be a difference.
And they will actually be the ones to propose me to be their governor of Kiambu, so that I can do even much better.
All right, we'll be watching and telling and keeping everyone else posted on what's happening there. But as we bring this to a close, as I mentioned, 2013, ahead of the elections, we saw team, what were you calling yourselves, the 3 of you?
Team Nairobi.
Team Nairobi, Sonko there, Shebesh. How is that relationship now?
No, I have no problem with
because at some point there were reports that you had gone south, that there was a slapation that happened somewhere.
No. There was nothing like that. There were just funny excuses for people to break away because somebody, Jimna, had influenced them. Jimna Mbaru thought that I'm strong because of those 2 people. So he sort of tried to get them on his side so that they can weaken me. And that is what
did the president at the time before, of course, the president step in to get
you remember
people
he tried to get us together, but still the damage had already been done, because you can see I did not get the Kamba vote, and also the president did not get the Kamba vote, and that is what Soko got on top of our Jubilee vote. That is why he got those 800 votes.
So do you feel betrayed? Did you feel betrayed at the time?
No,
do you feel that they would have done more to get you?
Naturally, yes, because for all that time that I was with him, I thought that I would benefit from the Kamba vote. But since I didn't get them, but after some times I just forgot and said life continues. And here I am, life is continuing.
What about Shebesh?
She's there. We are still friends. Even Zogo, we are friends. You see, let me tell you, in politics, you don't have to be a man of grudges. Whatever happens today, tomorrow it will be different.
He's seeking to, it has been reported widely that he wants to run for governor, Nairobi, in 2017. Do you think he'd make a good governor? Would you vote for him if you were voting?
I wish him well. I wish him well. I wish him well. As my friend, if he succeeds well and good, I'll have a friend who is a governor of Nairobi well and good. I have no problem whatsoever with anybody. What
do you make of his rescue team? Is it something you would do as well? Perhaps the Kabete people should expect Waititu, Babayao, ambulance, limo.
Sustainability to me is the issue.
Okay.
Because I cannot start something that I don't know how I'll sustain it to the end. Yeah. My honest observation is how is it going to sustain it?
All right.
It should not, because it should be. It's a good idea, but it should be continuous. It should not be short-lived.
So at least we're clear about where you're heading 2017. In terms of the presidency, would you ever consider running?
Wanuna, you know.
As we bring this to a close, it's good to know. Baba ya Nation.
But it's good that you are wishing me well, but
no?
I've never thought of that.
Really?
Yes.
Never crossed your mind?
Never crossed my mind. Once I fight the governorship first, when I become governor, then I can think of...
Then you'll do strategies.
Yes.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll ask you finally, how do you rank the Jubilee government's performance so far?
Personally, I know that I think they have done very well.
But
the problem is these county governments. These county governments, in fact, according to me, have performed very poorly, most of them. And the worst thing of all is that they don't carry the burden. There is no way, they are somehow shifting the blame to the central government.
Okay.
Otherwise, they are the ones who have actually performed poorly. But I have to say also that the general public must know that it is not the central government, it is the county government.
So if you get into office 2017, you plan to show the county government how it's done?
Exactly.
Okay,
yes.
Let's end it there. Baba Yao, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Person of interest, Ferdinand Waititu, we wish you well. We'll be watching and covering.
Thank you.
Salime and the family for us. All right.